Hi everyone, 𝗣𝗧 here for another additive manufacturing video. First, I hope you and your families are doing great and wish you health, wealth and happiness in the new year ahead. In this new episode of Additive Manufacturing, we'll be talking on-demand manufacturing in collaboration with Dmitry Kafidov from Xometry Europe.
People actually like to have that digital experience, which is usually seamless and smooth in their professional life. And that another reason why we see the growth of this industry of on-demand manufacturing.
So without further ado, let's get this show on the road.
According to Emeritus Professor 𝗣𝗔𝗥𝗧 from the Institute of Industrial Manufacturing and Management, on-demand manufacturing is a production method in which manufacture happens only in response to a customer's order without any merchandise being stocked in anticipation of future sales. To better understand how this works, let's ask Vanessa.
Hey!
Whenever she has a new idea for a design or a prototype, or she just simply likes an existing product model, she goes online and places an order of her customized object. As soon as Vanessa's order gets validated, the selected fabrication technique and materials will be used to produce that object, thanks to the collaboration between microfactories, which are small to medium-scale fabrication units, and online manufacturing platforms, which are virtual hubs connecting companies or independent users with potential suppliers. In just a few days, Vanessa is going to receive the customized product she ordered online from her favorite online manufacturing platform. And as always, she's very happy with the results. Unlike traditional mass manufacturing, on-demand manufacturing does not require long and diffuse supply lines, expensive storage, and long-distance transport. Also, and most importantly, it obviates the risk of unsold inventory. While market analysis and predictions drive production in traditional mass manufacturing, it is the customer demand itself which initiates production in on-demand manufacturing. This major difference implies a noticeable shrinkage in terms of batch size, inventory size, minimum order requirements, and lead time, while expanding the capacity of customization during the product design.
It is important to mention that the rising adoption of technologies such as 3D printing, computer-assisted design, and flexible robotic systems is making local on-demand manufacturing increasingly economic and compelling.
Among the advantages associated with on-demand manufacturing, one could think of the environment friendliness of the production approach, as well as the opportunity it gives to test the market response towards a given product.
I think we all agree that mass-producing goods can be damaging to the environment. Why? Well, because more and more resources are consumed when goods are mass-produced, and sometimes these goods are not even consumed, and therefore those resources were not even utilized but simply wasted. So here comes the role of on-demand manufacturing in eliminating this excess production by making sure that those natural resources are only utilized when there is a genuine need or demand from the customer.
The capacity to test the market is another advantage of adopting an on-demand manufacturing approach, and that's especially the case of apparel and retail industries where the customer tastes and preferences are rapidly shifting.
Unlike the traditional mass production model where it would typically take 6 to 9 months to get a product to market, with on-demand manufacturing, the lead time now can be reduced to even less than a month. So by reducing the lead time, now the companies can quote-unquote test the market by producing and sending small lots to the market. And based on the sales of these lots, now they can decide whether or not they want to produce more, and if so, in how much quantity. This marks the end of the first section of this episode. Now let's join Dmitry Kafidov from Xometry Europe to know more about the market of on-demand manufacturing.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Additive Manufacturing. I'm joined today by Dmitry Kafidov, Managing Director at Xometry Europe. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, hello, 𝗣𝗧. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about on-demand manufacturing, and particularly the role that Xometry is playing to transform custom manufacturing across the globe. Could you please introduce our audience to Xometry platform?
Sure. Yeah. Well, look, Xometry is an on-demand manufacturing platform. We offer to our customers a big variety of production methods, starting from something very conventional like CNC machining and sheet metal fabrication, but also up to the most modern 3D printing technologies. And even we now offer injection molding in Europe. And then it's a pure digital experience for our customers. So customers may come with their CAD models, 3D files, upload them on our website, get the prices immediately, and then place the order also digitally on the website. And then within several days, get their parts delivered. So like in a nutshell, this is how it works.
You offer a large and rich panel of 3D printing additive technologies. Could you tell us more about these?
Yeah, we're currently offering in Europe 6 different 3D printing technologies. And this starts from the most popular FDM, MGF, SLS technologies. But then we also offer metal 3D printing, DMLS. We offer carbon DLS, and we offer SLA technology. So these 6 are included in our offering in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Now, some of our viewers might be wondering, how and why is Xometry going to be the most relevant solution for me as a product designer or engineer, or maybe even a manufacturing business owner? Mm-hmm. Could you comment on that?
Sure. Well, look, it's quite difficult to find a 3D printing provider in this industry who would be ready to offer you all this variety of technologies, but also do it in a reasonable time and reasonable price. We actually are not manufacturer ourselves. We are a production network. So we have more than 2,000 different suppliers in Europe in our network. So when customers come to us, they have access to this enormous capacity of different production facilities all over Europe. And this is definitely an the important reason why customers actually come to us. And together with this, access to the broad capacity, we always offer, quality control. We offer instant pricing. We offer, digital follow-up and updates on your orders. So all the convenience that customers, used to get from digital platforms, they would get here, but in production area, in production experience.
Fantastic. Now, speaking of suppliers and manufacturers, I'd like to ask you about the growth of Xometry in terms of the number and distribution or density of your network of manufacturers or manufacturer partners. You just mentioned that you are connected to more than 2,000 manufacturers in Europe.
Correct. And that's in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, and there are, maybe if I'm not mistaken, maybe you can correct me, over 5,000 manufacturers located in the US.
Well, it's totally globally. It's almost 5,000 now, and yeah, so that's a big number. And of course, we try to work with local production, local manufacturers for lead time reasons, but also to support the local manufacturing. So our American colleagues, they're mostly being served by this big, huge network of American production network, while here in Europe, we offer the parts produced locally in Europe. From the customer perspective, we're covering all European continent. So we serve customers from Germany and France and the UK, and like basically any European country. There's no problem for us to send parts to any location in Europe, and this usually takes a couple of days for the logistics. But then when we talk about the production facilities, then we also work with production companies all over Europe, and we have very good manufacturing base here in Germany, but also very good manufacturing base in France, in Eastern Europe and South Europe. So all these countries and workshops from all these countries, they come to us. They have to go through a rigorous selection process and vetting process, but once they are accepted to the network, they become benefiting from constant flow of orders that we generate.
This was the first part of the interview with Dmitry Kafidov. See you in part 2 of this episode for more on the market of on-demand manufacturing. Thank you for watching.